Passes it to George. Here's Rose.
Seems like he's used as a one to finish it. And that's
Sweet as it gets. And it's another three.
I thought the way they attacked him and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Well, for Paul George, his leap last season not just about accentuating his strengths, but also cutting back on the negative plays, in particular, lowering his fouls and turnovers while he's on the floor.
Now, here's Patterson, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in this.
This is to George. Outside Rose. Good ball moving here by Rose. And Mohammed takes the snap. Turnovers. Some of that was not forcing the pass when it wasn't there.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that he really get rid of that bounce pass for him.
He's not only listening, he's playing. He's playing the game right now.
He's the real deal. He's one of the more enjoyable guys to watch and to hang out.
Now Johnson. After Kurt Heinrich's three-pointer that didn't go. Williams. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Lou Williams at 6'1", about 175 pounds, scoring guard with the point guard's body. He's best playing off the ball offensively, but guarding the point guard defensively, so you often see him cross-match with his opponents.
And you mentioned Lou Williams, a scoring guard, but his scoring rate climbed down over the last couple of seasons.
And, you know, his turnover rate had typically been excellent, but that's increased by almost double as his scoring numbers have gone down. But some of that is due to him coming off of that knee injury. It usually takes a couple of seasons, Kevin. When you tear that ACL, you get back after one, but it's not until year 2 that you begin to regain your hold.
Here's Johnson. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Chicago leading by 5. Heinrich inside the three-point line, and it's Chicago scoring again.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Now here's Vasquez. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. DeRozan passes to Williams. That's good. Here's Brooks. Really had troubles in the last of the trip. Passed it on the... Here's Heinrich. Nice D from Williams.
And they forced the miss with a good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Raptors have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And that one falls for Williams. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new team. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Here's Muhammad. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. 12 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Williams, here we go. Stolen by George. On its way from Rose for 2.
Next Wednesday, November 19th, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Offense, the order of the... And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
They set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the games, these shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this court.
So for Chicago right now, D-Rose and Jimmy Butler don't have that. Now Gasol is out there with Muhammad, and it's George in at the 3 slots. The Bulls leading by 3. Rose dishes to Muhammad. Outside, George. The shot misses. And Toronto will go the other way with it. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Well, we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these 2 teams last year. That was fun to watch.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Kevin, DeMar DeRozan, a first-time first-time All-Star in 2014. He's learned from veterans like Kobe the value of watching film. He said, quote, "I'm reading situations better, understanding what I have to do, not just for myself, but the next person on the team. I'm more confident in every decision I make on both ends." Guys, the difference is clearly evident.
Yeah, scoring more efficiently and improving his appearance for those things. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
That's the kind of energy you need on the offensive glass. That's the only way to get it done.
The drive by Lowry. And it will go as Bulls lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Ross. And they match up really well.
Kevin, they really do. Sometimes it comes down to the X factor when these two teams play. And really, it can go either way. They're that evenly matched.
Rose gets the bucket. Bulls moving the ball around. One shot on the way. Uses the glass to drop it in. And the Bulls lead by 3. Toronto have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Inside, it's deflected. Valenciunas. Chicago grabs the miss. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, their shooting percentage as a team in that game was in the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know, Clark.
Yeah, and it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. To get your shooting percentage that low, you almost have to do it on purpose. But what you need is a unique combination of missed shots and poor shot selection. That'll get you there.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
That takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the relief.
Muhammad with a screen on Rowe. Rebound by Williams. Quarter number 2, over 3 minutes gone by. Lowry gets to Ross. Lowry drives in. Nobody near Williams. No good. That would have tied. Other than the big offensive struggles last year, the Bulls were pretty much they have been the last few.
Exactly, Kevin. A strong defense with excellent rebounding and togetherness. Just lacked a little offensive firepower.
Some changes for Toronto. Patterson is checked in for Johnson. And it's Vasquez in for Lou Williams. Then for the Bulls, Sonny Snell's checked in for Butler. And it's Brooks in for Rose. Three-pointer, Brooks. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
Follow up with the Bulls' second field goal percentage against
And as you were saying, I agree. I mean, the Bulls definitely have a philosophy and system as to how they operate and manage the business. It seems as though everyone has bought in, and when that happens, it takes more than a couple of injuries to derail the team. They've stayed the course because they understand who they are and keep the expectations high no matter what circumstance they find themselves.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Raptors. DeRozan comes in for Terrence Ross, and the Raptors miss again.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
On the wing, DeRozan. And he drops it in from the low. DeRozan's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play.
Gasol gets to Brooks. And he hits the jump shot. And the Bulls lead by 6.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Johnson's shot is off. For Chicago, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. George, from the top of the key, he buries it. George has got 9.
Well, you got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates. You know, the league doesn't always George is 6'10" for a late post spurt following his rookie season in the NBA.
They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And Paul George with great athleticism and fluidity.
Yeah, he makes it really look easy. He's a very gifted athlete, extremely quick, not only of foot, but his hands are quick too. He's not just a scorer or defender. I mean, he's got a chance to be one of the best do-it-all players in the league as he continues to grow as a passer and ball handler. Rebounding is one of the best in his position right now. Hockey rules supreme here in Canada. I respect these Tiger Raptors fans. Even through the losing years, they're showing their support.
And the hockey season runs pretty much concurrent to the NBA's part. I think your fans in Canada in the past sometimes looked at as eccentrics.
Well, that could be, but the sport is growing, and not only in size, but in popularity. I mean, we've seen some terrific prospects coming out of Canada. If the Raptors can craft a contender, you better believe those folks will be making that arena a madhouse.
4 on the shot clock. Here's DeRozan, and that one goes home.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue to work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
Chicago shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Free throw, no good for Butler. Raptors trail by 10.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Vasquez passes to Lowry. He kicks it to Vasquez. It is now to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Pulls it from the elbow. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so we conclude the first half. It's Chicago as they wrap up the second quarter on a 15-6 run. And time up.
I'm alongside.
Third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Paul George in this game, guy. He's been everywhere.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent is on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
And the Raptors with the ball, trailing by 10. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. Lowry and DeRozan go to the backcourt. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Ross in at the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. George against DeRozan. It's stolen by DeRozan. Outside, DeRozan. And he finishes nicely on the way. DeRozan's got it back down to single digits for the Raptors.
Well, you love to get those easy lay-ins to get your offense going. They're clicking here to start the second half.
DeMar DeRozan is starting to piece it together. I mean, we see him up in his scoring average. He's shooting it better. He's passing.
Hey, man, what's up? Future pain there.
He's becoming more efficient.
Have I played you? I feel like I've played you in the rest before.
I think they've got to be pleased with his progress.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Raptors shooting at 46%, making some buckets.
I'm sorry if you really can't see nothing. I mean, I don't know what to do. Oh. Hi. Oh, yeah. What's up, man? Long time no see.
Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And guys, when you look at DeRozan, where can he take the next step?
Well, he has the physical tools to be an elite perimeter defender. He's made strides, definitely, but he has the potential, I think, to be even better than what he is right now.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Unlead is checked in for George, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. The shot's good from Gasol.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
Raptors trail by 11. Lowry drives in. Nice D for Brooks. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Near the three-point line, it's done leaving, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Here's the Raptors with the ball. Ross dishes to Patterson. Misses from short range. The Bulls leading by 11. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, head coach Dwayne Casey has overseen a surprising turnaround in Toronto. Their record has improved in all 3 seasons under his tenure. DeMar DeRozan said, "Since I've been here, he preaches the same thing. He told us to stick with it, and it worked. Everything came together like he said it would." Gentlemen?
On the rock, the team motto. They put in the work and stayed consistent. Thanks, Doris. Here's Snell. It's 3 pointers off the mark.
It's just been one of those days for him. He's really struggled.
Here's Lowry. A good finish at the rack off the slip feed. Lowry's got his first 2 points.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
Snell kicks to Brooks. Brooks can't get that one to fall. Raptors trail by 9. Valanciunas passes to DeRozan. He dishes it to Ross. And DeRozan kicks to Ross. Back to DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. Good! DeRozan's got 12 in the game.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Amir Johnson's checked in for the Raptors. Williams comes in for Kyle Lowry. George is checked in for the Bulls. Rose comes in for Brooks.
Bulls were a team last year that just never gave up. That was their identity. They didn't have a ton of talent, but they played with a toughness and a defensive mentality that always seemed to keep them moving forward.
Johnson, he's checked in for Valanciunas. And here's George for 3. And the shot is good. He's got 17.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
And Williams, here we go. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gasol's got 9 rebounds in the game, letting it down. Here's Johnson.
Well, let's take a look at Paul George and how his last season turned out. 5th in steals, 11th in free throw percentage. He became a real offensive threat, one of the top 15 scorers in the game.
He also managed to be top 5 in steals as well, Steve, and that was significant. I mean, he was really good at lulling ball handlers to sleep, giving them kind of a false sense of security, and then he'd pounce on it as it was being dribbled to the floor. He got a lot of his pilfers that way.
And the Raptors making a change here. Vasquez comes in. 1:39 left here in the 3rd quarter. Johnson outside. There's the feed to Johnson. Johnson with it. Gasol covering. Got that one. The Bulls lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Johnson. Chicago's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. And the basket by Rose. Toronto with the ball. Vasquez with it. That's good. And here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. Feeds to Muhammad. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Throwing the whistle, a lot of contact there.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow any easy layups. They're going to make you earn it.
Who double teams you?
Some changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Butler comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. Vasquez with it. He's picked up by Heinrich. Johnson with a screen on Heinrich. And it will go, and the Bulls lead is cut down now to just 10 in the basket from Vasquez.
When he came off that screen, the defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Muhammad, no good.
And a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot.
That's good. Vasquez has got 6 here in this quarter.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Butler from outside. Rebound by Vasquez.
Shot clock is off.
Who double teams you, bro?
Possession of the court.
That's what they should have in mind here.
It's tipped and stolen by Butler. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. No good there. And
Is that who double teams?
Chicago leading by 8. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Brooks out there with Howard. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Dunleavy in at the power forwards position. Outside Lowry. Back to DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Three-pointer. No good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Now Gibson. Dishes it to Heinrich. Dunleavy the pass to Heinrich. Cuff the bucket. Heinrich's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Bulls.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
The offensive rebound. Valenciunas. Tough possession there. They stay with it, but they just didn't make it. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, you know, Taj Gibson was the 26th pick back in 2009 coming out of USC. And boy, what a get for the Bulls. He's a defensive-minded big man who can defend the 4 and 5 positions, and he's also got a very reliable mid-range jumper.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Muhammad is checked in for Dunleavy. Paul George comes in for Kurt Heinrich. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. His message? I don't want us patting ourselves on the back just yet. We can congratulate ourselves after the
Is that the person who double teams you? I know, right?
And take this one home, guys.
Here's DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. 14 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And for Taj Gibson at 6'10", a 7'4" wingspan. That length helps make him disruptive. An excellent defender and shot blocker.
Rose against Lowry. Outside, George. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got 11 points here in just the second half.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime.
And Gibson turning.
Wow, it's endless. Oh damn! Hey, tell that nigga to is he? Ask him is he recording? If he say, text him, ask him if he recording. If he say he is, tell him to hold him on my way.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
Chicago leading by 11. Rose attacking. He feeds it to Gibson. Wide open. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Pretty pass. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Lowry against Rose. Again, Toronto. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. DeRozan against Butler. Kicks it to George. George missing again. Toronto's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And Royce with the slam.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one that finishes.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout. Just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
Kyle Gasol is checked in for Taj Gibson. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long balls to go down. Big points from outside. I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists. I'll tell you what, to be successful, this team needs his scoring, and they're really counting on it.
Raptors trail by 12. Now here's Lowry. Pass to Ross. The three. Rebound by Butler.
Yeah, again, if the shot selection there, defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in this situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary for him.
You know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can he?
Here's George, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, the first half, he was flawless when it came to handling the ball, but that has not been the case here since halftime.
Outside DeRozan. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. Unloads from 9, and that one's good. Here's Rose. Here's George. Passes it to Rose. Releases. Will not go. This is off the front eye. Raptors trail by 12. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. And Valanciunas gets to Lowry. Ross for 3. Muhammad pulls it in. Muhammad's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Chicago.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seems.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
Well, they can chalk this win up, but things are far from settled between these two teams. They'll see each other 3 more times before the season is over.
And they say familiarity breeds contempt. As they get to know each other a little better, you imagine things will get heated up. Tonight was only chapter 1.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for George. Now, there wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every opportunity he got.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Ross passes to DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. For Chicago, they've got exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the 4th. 8-12. George with the ball. This all set in the pit for George. From deep. Off target with that shot. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
Boom at 2 points. Yeah.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now we send you down to Doris Burke courtside, who's with our Jordan player of the game. Doris?
Guys, here with Paul George, who had an outstanding performance. And Paul, this has got to be a great feeling to have a game come together the way you played tonight.
Man, this got to be one of the best games I've played. It just seems like I couldn't miss. And my teammates found me, they made it easy for me. And, shots mountain fell.
Well done, Paul. We appreciate the time. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Paul George.
Who double teams you, bro? Oh, I know that girl, bro. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Hold on, guys. I'll be back.
Yo. 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 Yo.